name's Letty. Actually, I don't think she introduced me. I'm her little sister, and I'm a geology student at Cal State Long Beach. So for those of you who don't know, I am 22, so after high school, you're gonna go into college, right? Everybody's gonna go to college here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually in college. I'm in the last year of my college career, and so I'm actually graduating in 2 weeks. So it's exciting. I'm studying geology. Does anybody know what geology is?
Geologist means that they're studying rocks.
Yes. Okay, so that's a lot. So we not only do we study rocks, but we also study the earth. So, but specifically the rocks. So we study. Can anybody think of specific things we might study?
Different kind of.
Yes, we can do that. Hold on. Go check.
The rocks from the forest.
Yes.
You take samples.
Yes. And then
Space.
we can study space. Yeah, definitely. So we, there's like a little rover out in Mars. It's called Curiosity, and so yes. So different planets are all made up of rocks, especially like the ones on this side. Okay, so we actually study other things such as earthquakes. Everybody knows what an earthquake is?
Yes.
So we study those, we study volcanoes, and we study even water interactions with rocks. And so that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And so I'm going to show you a couple pictures of what I do in the field. So like you said, pick up samples. I go grab samples to see what kind of rocks are formed. And then I usually go out in groups with like all my fellow classmates. So we spend a lot of time out in the field. And so, okay. And that's another picture of us. And then so the best part, my favorite part about geology is that I get to go camping a lot. So I leave in like by weeks. So I'll go out and just study geology for weeks. And so I get to camp. So why am I here? I'm going to teach you guys specifically something called the rock cycle. So like you guys mentioned, geology study rocks. And so there's 3 specific rocks that I'm going to mention. So there's this thing called a sedimentary rock, a metamorphic rock, and then an igneous rock. Who can name all 3 right now? I just said it.
Whatever you want.
No? Okay.
A metamorphosis rock.
Uh-huh.
A sedimentary rock.
Sedimentary, yes. You need one more.
An igneous.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Good job. You guys are gonna get candy if you guys answer right, by the way, from now on. And so we're gonna study how these rocks form and how they can interact, can form one another. And so we're gonna start with the sedimentary rocks. So sedimentary rocks are things that are made up out of mud, sand, and pebbles. So like at the beach, you see sand, right? So once that sand starts piling up, it forms layers, and as it gets heavier and heavier, it's getting pushed down, and it forms a rock. It becomes harder, and it gets stuck together, and it actually forms a rock. So I'm going to show you a couple rocks. These are sedimentary rocks. And if you guys look really closely, you guys could see the layers. So as they keep piling up, you can see the layers of the rocks. Yeah.
What does layers mean?
Layers means, so there's like a line, and then there's another line. So that's 2 layers. So you can think of it as this book.
It's like little flat squares.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's these two around and so you guys can check that out. Oh, yeah. Everybody will get a chance. And so this one's a unique one too. This one's actually a sedimentary rock, but you find these in near the ocean. So what do you think it's made out of?
Sand. Water.
Possibly what's sand made out of? What does sand have?
Sand. They're a little tiny mud.
Shells.
Oh,
Do you guys collect shells at the beaches?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's a lot of shells at the beach, they kind of break apart. And so they become little smaller pieces. And like I said before, they kind of just start piling up and become layers. So you're going to see layers of shells. So these are all made up of shells. So that was called